Hi, I'm Sue Nagelkirk. I'm the Family Living Educator at Sauk County UW Extension, and I'm here today to tell you about a class that Sauk County Extension team teaches called Cowonomics. The National Council on Economic Education believes that students can start learning about economics early. And in particular, they can learn a lot in grades 3 through 5. Wisconsin two-year colleges and universities and UW Cooperative Extension share one chancellor. And what better way to celebrate this partnership than by offering the educational expertise of Extension staff to UW Sauk County's continuing education program.
I'm Cindy Macdennis, and I'm the Director of Continuing Education at UW Sauk County. And I've worked with Sue Nagelkirk in the Extension office on our cowonomics program since the summer of 2009. And because as CE Director at UW Sauk County, we are trying to serve many of the different folks within our service communities within the county, we have taken the program from Baraboo, also to Reedsburg, to Sauk, to Spring Green, and then we come back to Baraboo. And because the program is for 3rd through 5th graders, we have been able to get around so that all students get an opportunity to participate. Over the past 5 years, we have had about 100 students participate. I do the logistics of making sure I contact the schools, I get the marketing out, I use the mailing lists that we do for our other youth programs, as well as my contacts within the school districts to make sure I get the word out about this great program. And then the folks here from Extension bring in their expertise in the various areas and their community partners. And we end up working together to make a great collaboration that makes this a great program for students. Continually, I hear from parents about how much their students love their week at Cowonomics. And we've had some great adventures on the field trips we've taken to area businesses within the communities that we have run the program in. I usually help with the field trips, as well as just making sure that parents get the information that they need and that everyone from Extension has all the things that they need within the school district, whether it's a computer lab or making sure they have sinks and refrigerators for some of the special food projects that they're doing, things like that. So it ends up being a great collaboration. I look forward to many more years of doing this with UW Extension. Thanks.
Cowonomics is a curriculum adapted from Northern Michigan University's School of Economics and Entrepreneurship. Sauk County UW Extension team teaches, and because we do, it brings the cost of the curriculum down to a very affordable $25 per student for the week. An important part of cowonomics is when we actually connect economic principles to children's literature. And this wasn't an idea that necessarily generated from our class. And a real important reference for me is Teaching Economics Using Children's Literature, written by the Indiana Department of Education with funding from the Council for Economic Education in New York, New York. And this wonderful resource has books with corresponding worksheets. And the worksheets explore the principles of scarcity and natural resources and entrepreneurship and opportunity cost. We have used two books in cowonomics, and one book is from the Mixed Up Files of Mrs. Basil E. Rockweiler, and the other is Wholes. And then we use worksheets from our reference manual. And what we do with the kids is we actually read the book to them, and we take turns reading. I remember one young man coming up to me and he said, "Sue, I will not like this part of cowonomics because I don't like to read." And I said, "I think you will like this because we're going to read to you." And it's amazing how you can hear a pin drop in the room when we're reading from their books. The class has a focus on the dairy industry and is always held in June because June is Dairy Month in Wisconsin. The students meet a real calf, invent and market their own yogurt or ice cream flavor, and design a cheesy creature to market to their classmates.
Hi, my name is Jenny, and my role with cowonomics is to teach the kids how to create their very first resume. My other role in cowonomics is to teach a program called Cheesy Creatures. Cheesy Creatures is all about learning how to be an intrapreneur. I think everyone is familiar with an entrepreneur, but an intrapreneur is using some of those same creative juices, but when you're working within a corporation or a business. In this program, the kids are tasked with creating their own cheesy creature out of cheese and toothpicks and olives, and they have to develop a cheesy creature that other students their age would be interested in buying. So after they use all these different materials to create their cheesy creature, they have to name their creature, and then they have to come up with 2 qualities of why someone else would want to buy their cheesy creature. And then the students spend time looking at all the different options around the classroom when they're all finished, and then they vote for their very favorite cheesy creature. Another part of cowonomics is really important, and that is getting the students out to actually visit and meet with an entrepreneur in their business. And every year they visit different entrepreneurs in whatever community they happen to be in, and I think the students really get a lot out of opportunities to meet with those folks, ask their questions, and learn about some of the challenges that entrepreneurs face in the real world.
Okay, entrepreneurship is an important concept of cowonomics, and the children learn that an entrepreneur has a good idea, then takes that good idea and it becomes a business. In the beginning, we talked about the concept and gave examples throughout the country and the world, but learning in a highly personalized way really makes a difference. And so now we actually go throughout Sauk County and we visit actual entrepreneurs. And I would say an outstanding example of an entrepreneur that we visited was Mr. Craig Culver. And we went to Culver corporate headquarters located in Prairie du Sac. And when we arrived at corporate headquarters, a gentleman came out from the building to meet us all by himself, and it was Craig Culver. And he let us in the building, and once there, we were able to have a half hour of one-on-one time with this busy man when the students asked questions, economic related, generated by them. And I talked to one of Craig Culver's administrative assistants after our meeting, and she said normally you would not get that much time with Craig Culver. But because the questions were generated by the students, she heard him discuss and talk about things she had never heard him talk about before. So it was an incredible experience. Of course, we had taste testings. We got to tour the new Culver's headquarters from the top to the bottom, from Craig and Leah's offices to the Culver Blue exercise room to the patio overlooking the Wisconsin River. The reaction of the parents was just outstanding. They said, "Thank you so much for taking the time and effort to give my child such an important experience."